Hey, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but good to see everyone again. Now, we are currently in fall, as you can probably tell from the mannequin behind me. A lot of the displays, the offerings, the mannequins here in store have changed and transitioned into fall winter. So I'm extremely excited about that. This is certainly my favorite time of the year. And as you can probably see from the title of this video, today I want to talk about the three-piece suit. I want to talk about why it's so important and why I think more gentlemen should wear it more often. I also want to get into the difference between a vest and a waistcoat, as well as when are the appropriate times to wear them. So before we get started, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, as I certainly don't want anyone to miss any of the amazing content that we have coming up. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I want to cover in this video is why should anyone consider wearing a three-piece suit? Now, the three-piece suit for me is going to be something that I enjoy wearing for a few reasons. Number one, I really feel it adds a little bit more intentionality to an outfit, meaning that anyone can throw on a jacket and trousers, but adding that extra vest or waistcoat really does elevate an outfit, in my opinion. Number two, specifically in this time of year, it can also do an amazing job in adding an insulating layer to your outfit. Now, don't get me wrong, wearing a vest or waistcoat is not going to keep you as warm as, let's say, wearing an overcoat, but it is going to be something, again, that can add a little bit extra layers to the outfit and can increase the warmth that you might be experiencing when it's a little bit cooler outside. And last but certainly not least, this is something that I experience here when I'm working in the store, as well as what I hear from certain clients, is that there are certainly times where you want to be able to take your jacket off and still look presentable without having to feel too stuffy, if you will. So I'll take myself for example. Whenever I'm doing fittings, I oftentimes will take my jacket off as a means of being a little bit more, I guess you could say, free as far as my movement. Naturally, even if a jacket fits well with higher armholes, your movement is going to be restricted and not going to be as free as if you were just, say, wearing a shirt or a vest and a waistcoat. So I hear a lot of gentlemen say, hey, I want to be able to take my jacket off in the office and have another layer on besides my dress shirt where I can still look presentable. And whenever you throw on a vest or a waistcoat, this can really allow you to achieve said look. Next up, let's get into a very important topic. What's the difference between a vest and a waistcoat? Now, the difference is actually something very simple. A vest, just like what I have on today, does not have lapels, and a waistcoat does. Now, before I get into that a little bit more, also let me add this. A lot of the differences, as I mentioned in previous videos, are going to be regional or geographical differences. So for example, in the United States, we oftentimes will say vest, when in reality, we might mean vest, but we also might mean waistcoat. In places like the UK, they might say waistcoat at all times. Again, it doesn't really matter. I'm not someone who's a huge stickler for, hey, you said vest when you meant waistcoat or vice versa, but it is important for the purpose of this video to know the difference. Once again, a vest does not have lapels and a waistcoat does. Now, just getting a little bit more in depth about my outfit that I have on today. Today, I'm wearing a deep purple three-piece Glen plaid suit. Now, I absolutely love this suit and I've been wearing it quite often ever since the weather started to change. It's once again a deep purple with a hint of navy blue in there as well. It's unique. You don't oftentimes see anyone wearing a purple suit, especially something this deep of a purple. And again, my vest is just going to be a classic 4-button vest. I dropped the button stance a little bit because I like to show off the tie a little bit more when I am wearing a tie. But again, I absolutely love this suit. I love the navy blue undertones. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Another great thing about this suit, being that it is so dark, a lot of people probably wouldn't realize it's actually pretty versatile. So one thing I like to do as well is I like to break up the jacket and trousers, and oftentimes wear this with a pair of dark navy flannel trousers. It goes very well if ever I wanted to wear this as a separate. I also love to wear this with a navy turtleneck when it gets a little bit colder. It's actually something that I have on one of the mannequins displayed here in store. But again, this is an amazing suit, one of my favorites that I've recently added to the wardrobe, and probably one that you all will see me wearing quite often this season. So now that we've tackled the vest for the most part, let's now transition into the waistcoat and talk a little bit more about what that entails. Now, as you all can see, I have switched over into a navy blue three-piece with a double-breasted waistcoat. Now, I know that's kind of a mouthful, but let's talk a little bit more about it. If ever you want to wear a three-piece and add a little bit more formality, in my opinion, to an outfit, I would absolutely recommend considering a double-breasted waistcoat. The fact that the waistcoat has lapels it does add a little bit, again, more formality to the outfit, especially if you plan on taking the jacket off. This is one of my favorite three pieces. Again, I wear it quite often. It's number one, navy blue, so it's very versatile, but also being that it is a waistcoat and it has lapels and it's double-breasted, it's a great look when I'm not wearing a jacket. Another thing I want to add to this three-piece conversation is I've met a lot of gentlemen who don't really like buttoning their jackets. Whenever you're wearing a three-piece, you technically don't really have to, and really you're not supposed to button your jacket. So if that's something that's not really your thing and you like to kind of leave the jacket open, you can definitely do that with a three-piece, as you're able to really showcase what's inside, which is going to be that extra layer that we talked about. Another very important aspect of a three-piece is going to be the fit. Now, when we're talking about the fit of a three-piece, it should always cover the belt loops of the trousers. Now, if you don't have belt loops, like I don't have on my current suit, and I have side tab adjusters, then same thing applies. They should basically cover that waistband width. If ever you see someone wearing a waistcoat and the belt loops or side tabs are not covered, in most cases that means that it is a little bit too short, or maybe their trousers have fallen, which is something that does happen, but in most cases, the vest or waistcoat is just a little bit too short if those belt loops or side tabs are not completely covered. Typically going a little bit longer is better, as it is possible to shorten a waistcoat, but in most cases, again, as you're walking and let's say your trousers start to fall, even if it's a quarter inch or so, having your vest or waistcoat a little bit longer is just gonna help mitigate it looking like it's too short. And finally, when talking about fit, one important aspect that I definitely wanted to add, similar to a suit jacket, whenever you're wearing a vest or a waistcoat, whether it's double-breasted or single-breasted, you never want to button the last button. Now, with double-breasted waistcoats or vests, I have seen gentlemen button this last button, and I honestly don't think it looks that bad. Typically, I'll leave mine unbuttoned, but on a single-breasted vest or waistcoat, you always want to leave that very last button unbuttoned, just as if you were wearing your suit jacket. So in conclusion, who is the three-piece suit for? And my answer would be for everyone. Whether you're wearing a tuxedo and you want to do a horseshoe vest, that would look amazing, and that's something that I also wear quite often. Whether you're wearing a more traditional suit and you just want to throw on a 4 or 5 button vest, or you're wearing a suit like I'm wearing now and you want to throw on a double-breasted waistcoat, whatever you decide, I think a three-piece suit is an amazing way to once again elevate your outfit, add a little bit more visual interest and intentionality, and overall bring everything together in a more cohesive manner. All in all, hopefully this video was extremely helpful for you all out there. Thank you again for watching. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Again, we're now in fall. We have some amazing content coming out in the coming weeks, so please make sure that you are subscribed with your notifications on, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.